Hello, my fellow limitless, sexy, sassy, saucy HBICs. How you doing this lovely morning, afternoon, or evening? How are you all? I am sorry about the flashing purple. If I maybe just stand like this, like this. I'm recording in my room. I'm in front of a window because I was thinking better lighting, but I feel like I look like a haggard sea cow right now, but I guess it doesn't matter. You're used to me showing up with no makeup and shit on. If you need help figuring out what's going on between you and your manifestation, please feel free to email me at manifestingwithkimberly@gmail.com. All of my coaching options are in the drop box below. They're in the screens. It just went by. I have TikTok, I have Instagram. They are both under Manifesting with motherfucking Kimberly. Not really. Manifesting with Kimberly. I'm on a roll today. I'm recording multiple videos, multiple. I know you don't care. I have channel memberships. I have 2 channel memberships now. My recommendation, if you are someone who is dying for coaching, especially if you're dying for coaching with me and you're in line to get with me and you want to experience coaching with me now, join the hot seat group. Join it because you will get your turn in the hot seat if you want it. With a limitation of no more than 15 minutes, of course. And then we get through everybody else, and then you'll get a turn again. That's literally what coaching with me is like. You get to ask me anything specifically about your scenario. So join the hot seat. It is such a fun group. And with the hot seat coaching as a benefit to being an upper level member, it sounds so funny, upper level member. I do record those as best as possible, depending on, the first 2 didn't work, but the other sessions have recorded and I am uploading them for them, obviously for your eyes only. But yeah, so they're recorded. And listen, everyone is you pushed out because, we're all one consciousness. So even if you don't get in the hot seat, someone will ask a question that is relative to your circumstance. They will. It happens every call, I'm telling you. And because this is, from my perception, this is my reality. You're in my reality, right? Every single coaching call I have, there is something in that coaching call that is relative to me. Every one. So it will happen for you. Okay. So even if you don't get the hot seat, your question probably going to get answered. But that's the beauty of it. Okay. And it's so much fun. There is just something, there's a vibe. There's a good vibe in that group. And I would love for y'all to join. It's fun, and I just so much look forward to it. And if you're someone who doesn't want to hear about circumstances, doesn't want to hear anybody marinating, well, we don't marinate in that group, just for what it's worth. But you don't want to hear circumstances. You don't want no specifics. You want to just be judged. You just want to hear successes or tips and tricks. Then join the exclusive lives group where we go live together every Tuesday. That group's for you. Okay? All right. Now, let's get to it. So I was thinking today, with people manifesting their specific person. And listen, you can relate this to other manifestations as well. I'll give an example. But what is one of the most common things I see, other than, keeping it real, logical thinking, but what is one of the most common things that I hear and see and try to get rid of while coaching people? That, what is it? What is one of the main things that shows up every single time when we're trying to manifest a specific person? And I'm talking specifically in this video, so chill out, but it's when you're manifesting someone that you know and have had an experience with. But it could apply to you manifesting someone that you know, but they don't know you. It could apply to that as well. But the most common thing I see is you're too attached or stuck on the current 3D version of your specific person. Think about it. Most of the times when we are struggling to get rid of an old story so that we can manifest that specific person and not worry about them dumping us again or cheating on you again or anything negative you've experienced with that person already. We struggle to drop stories. We end up with, a lot of times, hot and cold behavior because we are very stuck on the current 3D version of your person. And that's not who you are truly manifesting. You are manifesting a completely different version of your person. So this is back to, there are infinite parallel realities. Infinite. That equates to infinite versions of ourselves and our specific people. So the current 3D version person you have who is not being loving to you or is not choosing you, going out of their way to make you feel not good enough, whatever your beliefs are, your limited beliefs that you're deciding to not be a version of yourself who has those limiting beliefs anymore. But that one, they can only reflect who you're currently being. So not only are we stuck on the current shitty 3D version of specific person, we in that moment are declaring who we believe we are. So when we're stuck on 3D versions, I'm hoping you're really hearing what I'm saying. We're in a state where we believe that person is that version of themselves, meaning they are the ones that show up and don't make you feel good enough, don't choose you, don't make you a priority, say they don't want the relationship, treat you like a friends with benefits situation only, whatever the scenario is. And if it's for someone that you know that doesn't know you, like a celebrity or something, maybe your celebrity has a third party. So maybe they keep showing up in pictures with that, third party. So you're stuck on the current version. The current version is nothing more than the manifestation of who you have dominantly been being, or what state you've been dominantly returning to. That is the only reason why we're having that experience in 3D. The only. Now, as I always say, and feel like, I'm constantly repeating myself, but it's never from a place of blaming ourselves or being hard on ourselves because of what we have manifested. I don't blame myself for shit that's manifested. I don't. It's a waste of time, right? We don't need to beat ourselves up. You probably didn't even know you were manifesting when it happened. So stop it. Doesn't matter. Now, for some of you, it's probably because from the current state you are embodying, or who you believe you are right now, it's hard for you to see that specific person ever showing up and truly being loving and kind, respectful, making you a priority, right? Your perception is it's too hard to see them that way. I just can't picture them ever changing, right? It's your current perception from the current version of self you're being, or the current state you're embodying. So that's understandable. So don't make it so hard on yourself. Some people struggle and feel so resistive to getting into the wish fulfilled, which is just you believing in the version of yourself who has your desire. So don't put the pressure on yourself to go there. Decide to go to the next state over. And the next state over could be the version of you who could see the possibility that that version of your person could change. The possibility in it. Go there. Decide you're the version of yourself who knows that manifestation is working perfectly for you. You could decide to be the version of yourself who knows that you manifest easily and effortlessly, and it's easy for you to believe and accept that. When we're struggling to go straight to the end, you don't have to overwhelm yourself right now. Crawl your way to the wish fulfilled by going through the next state over, and then the next state over, and then the next state over. And why am I suggesting that? Because if you're finding it difficult to let go of an old story or let go of current version of SP, when you just go to the next state over, your perception is going to start changing. Because in every single state, or in every single version of yourself, each state / version of self has its own set of beliefs and assumptions. So the way we perceive the 3D will change with each shift of state. We're never stuck. We're never stuck. A lot of people think that, I must have a block. I must have resistance. No, sadly, you are choosing to believe you are a version of yourself who has resistance, who has a block. We have the ability to shift who we are being, literally thought by thought or moment by moment. Literally. So choose to be the limitless version of you, because that version of you exists. And why are you able to do that? Because at your core, all you are is consciousness. And every single one of us is connected to consciousness. You really are limitless, unstoppable. So when you're stuck on the current version of self, as you are deciding to just go to the next state over, remind yourself, if you're about to go marinate in an old shitty story, remind yourself, I'm not even manifesting that person. I'm manifesting the 4D version of him or her. I'm manifesting the version of them that doesn't behave that way, who would never treat me that way. So who cares what happened in the past? I'm not even that version of myself anymore, right? Just reassure yourself in the moment. Don't worry about flipping every single thought that comes on your mind. We do not have to do that. But just remind yourself, as your mind is thinking, I cannot picture that person changing. I can't. Good, you don't have to picture that person changing. That's not who you're manifesting. You're choosing a completely different version of them entirely, which by default is taking you to that reality. As you shift who you are being, that is you reality shifting. That is you quantum jumping. I know it doesn't necessarily feel that way, but that's what's happening. So you're manifesting a totally different version of them. You don't have to worry. You don't have to think logically. I can't see that person ever changing. Good. They don't have to change. You're choosing another version. They can keep being an asshole in that reality because you're quantum jumping to a different one. So yeah, that's the most common thing I see all the time is they're stuck on the current version of a specific person. And this goes down to why I always say, who do you believe you are? Who do you really believe you are? That should be your number one focus, is really understanding who you believe you are, being authentic to yourself. If you know you're consistently thinking shitty thoughts about that person, and one of them being, I can't let go of the story. I can't let go of what they did to me. You know, right then and there with that response, that's who you're choosing to be. The version of you who can't let shit go. And I mean that from a loving place, because I was that person. So I know what it's like. And your perception is, they should fucking say they're sorry. Yes, they should. Yes, they should. And as you decide to be a different version of self, you're probably going to get that apology. Just saying. Put the focus on who you are being, who you believe you are, and on the new version of your person. You're not manifesting that current 3D piece of shit version. You're not. You're leaving that reality entirely. So hopefully that'll help. And on that note, I'll see you tomorrow.